What's up?
How's it going?
All right.
How was that? Was that loud?
It was nice. It was good.
All right. Well,
Does that turn on your lights?
it doesn't, but I was listening to some Rock the Casbah out here, and
nice.
so I was just kind of going in time with it. So, guess where we are? We're live. This is our first one of the year.
First one of 2025. Yep.
Wow. So, wow, this is absolutely crazy. It's the Animation Mentor. It's our live Facebook Live, Instagram Live, LinkedIn.
YouTube.
TikTok, first one.
First one on TikTok. Yep.
First one on TikTok. So who's going to be the first to comment off of that? So I'm curious.
See how it goes. I don't know.
That.
We haven't done it yet, so we got to see how the comments show up.
It's experimental, so we're going to see how it goes. My name is Tim. I'm a student success coach here at Animation Mentor. That dude that I think he's above me right now.
Yes.
Right here. Yeah, that guy.
My name is Mars, and I am a student success coach here at Animation Mentor as well.
Yeah, we got some
Welcome,
awesome
everyone.
people in the background too, helping us out too. We got Normac, right?
Normac's here. Yep.
Yep.
Got Serja.
Serja in there too. Sarah hanging out with us too.
Oh, she might be checking us out. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we got a squad goals.
Squad goals. Yeah. Welcome everybody. Where's everyone checking in from?
Great question.
Tim, where are you from?
Well, originally from California,
Oh,
but
I've heard of that place.
I have moved clear across country to what's called the natural state,
In the South.
Arkansas is where I'm hanging out at.
Are you Arkansasian now?
I am super Arkansasian, as a matter of fact. What about you? Where are you checking in from?
Also from the San Francisco Bay Area, born and raised.
Yep.
But transplant to the Great Lakes region now. So I'm sitting just east of Cleveland.
Boom. Look at that.
Netherlands.
Popping in. Cool. We know Canada's popping in.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'm curious if anyone
Oh, and this, by the way, that's Jack.
Hey, Jack.
He's my workmate since, Mars and I used to hang out together in the office. But then we all kind of like split up and went remote. So here we are, which is kind of cool because a lot of the industry works like that too. So a lot of studio gigs out there that are also remote, which is kind of nice. So
Wind of Change's got a comment here already. I start my career from learning from Animation Mentor 8 years back. Thank you. Thank you, Wind of Changes.
That's pretty awesome. Wow, 8 years. That's pretty solid. I mean, you believe that? We're coming up on our 20 year.
That's a big, big year for Animation Mentor. We were founded in 2005.
Yeah.
I was telling a student that yesterday. He couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, we've been an online animation school since 2005.
Yeah. That's absolutely insane. Arriva Media. Tim and Mars, currently in the animation industry. Can be said so bad. Why is it such condition? Can you tell us anything? Yeah, you know what? It's anything that's kind of coming down, it's got to come back up. And this is probably your best time to, get trained and be ready when that happens. Yeah. But, I tend to think that there are actually a lot of opportunities out there. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys see that wallpaper Mars put up there, Wild Robot. We actually had quite a few of our grads work on that particular show. And so there's a lot of gigs out there. You just got to kind of figure out where you want to go. Don't like keep yourself in one location. Be prepared so that if there's a gig somewhere that maybe not in your local area, sometimes you got to make that move, right? You need to get some experience under your belt. You need to get some work that's listed on IMDb so that when you are in the face of an animation supervisor, that it shows that you've got some stuff. So who'd we hear that from? That was from Ari Santos. Is that for a while he was like doing work and he was like, I'm just going to keep a suitcase under my bed, man. And I get to travel and maybe go to Australia or New Zealand or UK or US or Canada and work on some really, really cool pieces.
That's awesome. I'm just kind of curious. I'm seeing all these comments coming in from YouTube. If you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, drop us a quick message. We'd love to hear if you guys are able to see us. That'd
be cool
to know.
Also, and while we're doing that, you see the little banner at the bottom. We got a lot of stuff going on. Spring applications are due by February 9th, I believe is the date that we've got
That's right.
on the
Yep.
site. And our spring term starts March 31st, right? So whether you know how to use Maya or Maya is new to you, March 31st is your target date if you want to get started in the spring term. And if you're not really familiar with Maya, maybe you're a Blender user, right? Or maybe you've never even heard about Maya before. Take our upcoming Maya course that is on February 17th. Matter of fact, the February 17th start date for Maya is the last one
Last one,
that our
right?
spring students can take. So I got a ton of people that have already applied to the spring term that don't have Maya just yet. They're going to be taking the Maya course, using the promo code to get a $200 discount on the thing, because that's something that we're doing for the upcoming term. And cool thing is too, for people that are not familiar with Maya, the software itself can be crazy expensive, but when you're a student, you don't have to pay for it, which
Yep.
is pretty sweet. So it's professional level software, therefore they charge you pretty hefty price. So you don't have to
Yep.
deal with that as a student, which is cool.
That's really nice. Yeah. I got another comment here. Anush is asking, "Hey, I'm a beginner in animation. I started using Cascadeur, which is an animation tool. It's
Cool.
an AI-assisted animation tool lately, and it's handy. What do you say about that?" It's a good question. Actually, Cameron's got some advice for you on that. He says for Cascadeur, it's an AI-assisted animation tool. The best recommendation is to learn to animate yourself without tools or crutches to help you. Otherwise, you'll never be able to animate on your own without needing these tools, which can be harmful if you ever want to work at a studio that doesn't use those tools. Great advice. Thanks, Cameron.
Super advice. Yeah, you don't want to get into a position to where that's not available to you, and all of a sudden you're basically on a tightrope with no safety net, right? And
Yeah.
for the first time, and
Yeah.
it counts,
Yep.
So you want to make sure that, I mean, it's a little bit, a little bit harsh, tight roping without it, but I think it's pretty accurate too.
Cool. Nice. So yeah, just in case this is your first time here, Animation Mentor is an online animation school. We're a college-level online animation school specializing in 3D character animation training for feature films, games,
Yeah.
creature animation, and that's what we specialize in. But we teach a lot of other areas as well.
We
We
do.
have short courses in 2D animation, storyboarding, visual development, character design, a lot of cool other areas as well. What we find, students who come here are the ones that know, hey, you know what, I really want to become a 3D character animator. This is what I want to do as my career. And sometimes we get students who don't quite know exactly what they want to do yet, and that's what our short courses are for. If you haven't been to our website yet, you should definitely check out animationmentor.com. It explains all the different programs and courses that we offer. But the point of our live stream today, it's really here for you. So if you've got questions about what Animation Mentor is all about, which courses to start off with, how much do things cost, how do the classes work, that's what we're here for today.
Yeah, exactly. And I can tell you this, no matter where you're from, what time zone you live in, we've got schedules that pretty much fit everybody's needs. Our mentors usually are teaching courses in the morning and the evening, and then sometimes you'll find some UK-based animators that are teaching classes in the afternoon. So, like Nilan, who's up there from the Netherlands, right? We've got schedules that will fit your needs as well. So we got plenty of people from Netherlands as well that are taking classes with us too. I was always confused with it too, and then I figured out it's not the Netherlands, it's Netherlands.
Great.
There's no the, right? You don't say the
Netherlands.
Mexico, the United States, but for some reason it's like the Netherlands. You're like, it's not that though,
Stephen over in LinkedIn here's got a good question. Let's pull this one up. This first time here. Welcome, Stephen. I heard
Cool.
you saying something about Maya. Does it mean you should be enrolled in a school to get a student version? Yes, that is definitely the case. One of the cool things is Animation Mentor is actually an authorized Autodesk learning partner. And what that means is we actually have our very own licensed server, and we can distribute licenses directly to students that are actively enrolled in our courses and our programs for free. And there is also an Autodesk educational license. If you do get the license directly from them, you have to prove that you're an active student of a qualified educational institution. But yes,
And then Darren had a good one too. Never realized you guys cover concept art. Really great to know. I always see animators getting hired from taking your courses. Oh, and first time here too.
Nice.
Darren, welcome to the
Welcome.
dark side of the Tim and Mars show. We're just hanging out talking about. But yeah, you're right. A lot of our grads that come through the program, whether they're just taking one course or they're going through our programs, our character animation program, or our all new game animation program, they do work because that's the goal behind all the courses that we do teach here. You got to work when this thing is over with, and so I think this is probably about as close as you can get to like real world studio type training, which is nice.
Cool. Got a couple of scholarship questions. Maybe we can answer this in one. Prash, Tag, and Anush are asking about scholarships. What I tell students is we don't have any official scholarship program or anything like that, but what you should do is you should talk to us. Me and Tim, what we do is we work with our students, and we always try and do the best that we can, whether there's a discount or a promo, or maybe, if we can get you some type of financial assistance, that's something that we work with our students on, so, sometimes there's different things available. And it really comes down to having a conversation, so that we can see if this is a good fit for you, if this is the right, if you're serious about doing the full program, and we can work with you on things like that.
Yeah, we don't put scholarships on our site because everybody would apply. I probably would apply, and I work here, right? So Mars is right. Have a conversation with us, get your application in, and that's how we're going to be able to better determine what we can do to kind of help you out. Elias has one up there. Elias Crumbez. I'm an animation student, and my school is pretty good at teaching animation, but I feel like I'd benefit from joining Animation Mentor after I graduate. Would I be forced to start with the basic courses? Elias, not at all. Matter of fact, what happens when we have students like yourself that have prior experience, whether it be industry or from another school, when you come to apply to our school, you'd submit the regular application that lists your common information, your name, your address, your Maya experience. But then we want an essay that talks to us about why you want to become an animator. That has to be done. But there's a little box that you would check that says, I want to apply for advanced placement. And then what you'll do is actually put your link in there to your reel. If you don't have one, make one on Vimeo or YouTube or whatever and put it there. Put your best animation on there. Not a bunch of modeling, not a bunch of, lighting, shading, stuff like. We want to see movement, right? So do that, put the link in there. What'll happen is Mars and I will get the application, we'll review your essay, we'll look at all the things, and then we'll send that reel over to one of our mentors. The mentor will go ahead and review the demo reel. They'll come back with a bunch of great notes on what they saw that worked with the shot, maybe what didn't work and how to fix it. And then they'll tell you which course you're approved to start off with. And then Mars and I just kind of reach out to you and we talk to you about it and talk to you about that particular course and why you were placed or approved there. And then we'll help you get started. Easy.
Yep. Nice. Super helpful. We've got a couple more questions coming in here. This is a good one. Obey _ Trem. I don't know exactly what their screen name is or whatnot. Is Animation Mentor better than Anim School? That one word. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great question, though. There are options out there, and we talk with students that ask us that question all the time. I think that there's some things that are a bit different. I don't know all of the ins and outs of their school, but I've actually heard directly from, and I bet you have too, students that have transferred over from some of those other schools. And there's a couple of things. One thing I hear about a big difference is our community. I think that's something that's, it's you can put together, a site that has, great mentors and stuff like that. I've seen different animation schools popping up all around the world. There's some of those, and they have a really nice website and things like that. But one thing you can't really spin up, and something that, we're really proud of, we've been around for almost 20 years now. That's the amount of time we've had to build a community of artists from all around the world. So I think that's a big differentiator, between us and other schools. I think our support as well. We've got our guy Normac / Cameron in the background. He is one of the members of our support team. Our support here is pretty awesome. We get back to students super quick. If you need help, if something's not quite working right, I've heard from some students that if there's a problem, sometimes they're just directed to YouTube. They're like, "Oh, go see if you can find the answer on YouTube." I don't know if that's specifically. I'm not naming any particular schools, but I'm just saying, and here we've got a full support team that's here to help you out.
Yeah,
I think
it's funny.
there's a lot of differences.
You know what? It's funny because we pride ourselves on our percentages, right? Our satisfactory ratings are important to us. If we have
Yeah.
anything that's under like 95, 96% satisfactory rating,
Right.
it's like, dude, we're failing.
We're like, we're
and,
sad.
and we don't do that, right? And so we want to make sure that there's always going to be somebody there to help out. Sajad, what is up? Sajad is just popping in to say hi.
Nice,
Sajad, AMer, right?
Yep,
And so I remember getting him started here in school, as a matter of fact. So community, you talk about it. Look at Sajad checking in, right? Hey, Cameron, thank you so much for answering the question for Levon about where to start with us, right? The Maya course is where to start because he was interested in the course but just didn't know where to start. And you're right. Maya is definitely the spot for all of our new students to start off with. 6 weeks, teach you everything that you need to know about the animation side of Maya, and then you would take those skills and transition over into our 12-week character animation courses, starting with animation basics, where you're going to master the principles of animation that have been around for like a gazillion years. Maybe that's a little much. Pretty close.
Mona Baby Girl 427 asks, what computer do you prefer for animation illustration and why? I can tell you for animation, 3D character animation, you need a good computer that's going to run Maya. Maya is not a mobile application or an app, so it is important that you have a good computer. I can rattle off some specs, but basically you want to have a multi-core processor like an Intel i5 or i7 or i9 if you can get up that high. One of the most important components of a computer is going to be a dedicated graphics card, so that's really important. I've talked to lots of students, I know you do too, Tim, that talk about getting a laptop. I always tell students to get a desktop, because you get way more computer for your money. You have the ability to change out components in the future. And, I think they're just overall more powerful. But if you do go with a laptop, you want to make sure you've got that dedicated graphics card. Integrated graphics are often used in laptops to save space and things like that. But Maya really needs to have that. That's really important for processing moving images. And then storage, 512 gigs or more, I think is pretty good. Solid state drive is preferred. RAM 16 gigs or more. If you go to Maya's system requirements, they're going to say 8 gigs is sort of the minimum. I always tell students, try and get 16 or more. You'll be in a good place. So those are some specs, but feel free to reach out if you have any other computer questions.
Cool. Good one. Yeah, that's such a broad question because it could boil down to, well, what's your budget?
Right. That's usually where I start off when students ask me that, what do you look, are you looking at spending $900? Are you looking at spending $2,900?
Right. Because you can do that easily,
And I can definitely recommend a computer that's around $4,000.
Yeah, I think the more expensive ones are really easy to recommend.
Yeah. But yeah, it does. It comes down to your budget, and we can help you out with that too. I mean, if you do need help, if you have a specific budget in mind, let us know. I've got a lot of computer resources too.
Yep, true dat. True dat.
Danum Atrix is saying, legendary animation mentor. Someday I'll join you guys. I hope. We hope so too. We hope so. Talk to us. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Sometimes students are like, "Oh, I wish I could do this," but they never actually talk to us. Like I said, we work with students. We completely understand students are coming from different financial backgrounds. They're coming from different countries. We're always trying to do the best that we can with the tools that we have to get you into the school. So don't necessarily just hope. Reach out and talk to us too. We'll do what we can.
I can tell you this too. Our courses, right? They have prices to them, right? Obviously, our short courses, our 6-week courses, our 12-week creatures courses, our character animation program, and game animation. But there are times that we do offer some free stuff too, right?
Oh yeah.
And our webinars are like They are crazy, crazy good. We had that one last week with, not last week. Oh, man, was it last week? With Paul Allen. Instead of
Yeah,
an intro to
it was
Maya.
last week.
Yeah, it was last week. Wow. It seems like we're doing them all the time, which is great because that gives, people like the folks that are tuning into us now more opportunities to watch some free content. And we've got that new one coming up as well. I was looking at it too. I didn't have the date on it, but that thing, from all the other ones that I've attended and you've attended, dude, they're amazing.
Yeah.
The Nicole Hare one. I mean, there's so many that are great in there. There it is right there. Yeah. So that QR code that Mars threw up there, it is for our Animating Subtle Performances free animation workshop.
This is free.
Yeah. They're usually about an hour, and it's live. So this isn't like pre-recorded. So RSVP for this thing, get your name on there. You can ask the mentor questions about acting, right? Subtle perform, all those kinds of things are going to be discussed in this particular workshop. So jump on it, scan that thing, man, and get in there. I'll scan it right now.
Yeah, that one's February 4th.
February 4th. Okay, cool.
Yeah, coming up next month. And here's another nice thing. This one is going to be, I'm excited about this one. I've actually worked with this particular mentor on some training deals that I've done. And Drew Adams is an amazing animator from DreamWorks. So,
yeah,
I mean, how often do you get to actually, have a free workshop from a DreamWorks animator in a live environment where you can ask them questions?
Just a couple weeks ago in one of our other ones.
Oh yeah, well
that's all.
Once a month, but I mean, and if you study here, you could work with a DreamWorks animator every single week. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this one. Also, if you're new to animation, I still recommend attending it. It may be a little bit beyond where you are in terms of your skill set, but definitely worth attending, listening in. The more knowledge and people you're around that are interested in the same things that you are, the better it's going to be.
And they can go back to our webinars that are on the website and revisit all of them. So if this is your first time and you're like, wow, I didn't know they do these things, go to the website, and at the very bottom, it says webinars at the bottom, and you're able to replay every single one of the webinars that we've had. Oh, look at that. Weird how that just popped up, but there it is. But go to that thing because there's a lot of great videos on there. I watch them all the time because it's kind of cool. I usually watch them just so I can hear you at the end, Mars, but that's just me.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a few. I've got to get caught up on some of these questions. They're coming in on this side. So let's see here. Vixen Cat Arts is saying, working on my week 2 assignment now. I love this program. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Let's see what else we got here. We've got Jasp Arts asking, what program would you use for 3D modeling? Preferably cheap. LOL. Well, I mean, we teach and use Maya here. Cameron's got a suggestion here for free 3D modeling. Blender is a great option for that as well. But yeah, we use and teach Maya and ZBrush for our 3D modeling courses. You should definitely check those out. And then my guy Rick, he's like, Mars, my guy, appreciate you and my experience with Animation Mentor. I learned a lot. Great to hear from you, Rick. I still got to come visit your barber shop in New York. I got to get lined up.
He needs to be lined up a little bit. That's for sure. I was going to mention that. Nilon, again, recently bought a mocap soup, which is very nice. That's pretty legit that you did that. But in what situations do you recommend animating it instead of mocap? Well, you should be doing both, right? So, so all the mocap that's being done still involves an animator to come through and do all the cleanup on that, for sure. So I'm wondering if you're into game animation or what you're doing with your mocap stuff. If you're interested in looking at more, advanced mocap training, look into our game animation program because there is some mocap stuff that is involved in that. And I forget, maybe it's class 5, I think.
I think it's class 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And so definitely check that one out, especially since you've already committed to buying a mocap suit. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty.
I'd be wearing that thing around the house as my pajamas, I swear.
Just wearing it. We're wearing that again, Tim?
I keep finding these little balls all over the floor.
How do you wash that thing? Jose Raul Santos Rojo asks, What do you consider to be the main difference between someone who studies on their own and someone who studies it in a school?
Ah,
Really great question there. I have some ideas, but Cameron's already jumped in here. Appreciate you, Cameron. He's typing like a maniac back there right now.
I love that.
He says the
I
key.
have the image.
Yeah, it's you
Like
see
the.
that one gif that's a cat that's just like
Oh yeah,
feverishly
yeah.
typing on
That's
the
Cameron
keyboard.
right now.
That's Cameron right now. The key difference, Cameron says, the key difference is that by learning on your own, it's very difficult to fix your weak points and grow quickly. You're having to do everything yourself, but also have no way to evaluate yourself on your growth. I'm going to pause there. That's so true. I talk to students all the time, and they're like, "Oh, Mars, I can just do this on YouTube." And I ask them, I'm like, "Well, what are you going to do when you get stuck? You're just going to put a comment in there and hope that somebody that knows what they're talking about, replies."
Yeah.
um, to me, feedback is a gift. And if you're getting that really high quality feedback like our students do on a weekly basis from their mentors from pro animation studios, that's how our students are really truly growing as artists. And take a look at the student showcase, because that really will give you an idea of the type and the quality of animation that our students are doing. If you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and scan that QR code. I want to finish what Cameron was saying. He goes on to say, with a school, especially one like Animation Mentor, you have a mentor giving you weekly critiques and feedback to help you know exactly how to fix your weak points, and also a large community of fellow animators you can talk to and get feedback from. So awesome advice, Cam. Thank you.
And like I said before too, not everything can be stuck to the refrigerator, right? Not There's going to
I
be some
love that.
stuff that goes in the
Yeah.
trash, man, and somebody's got to tell you if it's good, bad, or ugly, right? Or all of the above. I mean,
Right.
that's the real deal. Khalil has one. I'm a 3D artist and I know animation, how to create, but I want to create smooth animation. So I want to create cartoon animation, which have high quality that I can create cartoon animation like 3 to 4 minute video. Khalil, that's a pretty long video.
It is.
Right.
It's pretty-
Especially if you're on your own doing 3 to 4 minutes. We look at demo reels that come through and we tell them, look, keep that thing under a minute, because somebody's going to look at that, and 3 to 4 minutes is quite a long piece. If you want to learn to create smooth animation, maybe looking into our cartoony animation would be a good move for you. It's a 6-week short course, and we're going to show you everything about exaggerated movement, kind of like the stuff that you might see in 2D animation, but now in 3D. It's an amazing 6-week course starting February 17th. I'll tell you, if you want to get your animation to the next level, I don't think it's going to get you to that 3 to 4 minute piece because it's going to take you a long time to do it. But if you can put together a good 20, 30 seconds of some amazing stuff that's got all this cartoony stuff in there, then I think that will do the trick for you.
I'm feeling kind of popular right now. I don't know what's going on, but I got another student, Christian, I just spoke with last week. I definitely remember you. How you doing? Great to see you. Glad you're here. Hopefully we'll talk soon. And then we've got Hamza over. I think he's on Instagram saying hi, Mars, greetings.
Hamza.
And actually, I think my little brother's actually here too. So what's up to you, Gabe? Nice to see you.
What's up, little
Glad you're
bro?
here.
What's going on?
That's awesome. He actually, my little brother, he's interested in animation. I've been telling him, like, I know a place that teaches it.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. So yeah, he's always welcome here. I'm glad you're here. Cool.
What else we got going on? Talk to us.
So we got another question here. Oh, that's not a question, but Love Jub Art says, I'm currently a student. I just started body mechanics. 10 out of 10 would recommend Animation Mentor. And ends with a big heart.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
That ain't bad.
Oh, here's another one. I missed this one. Sorry about that. His Legend Art asks, hello, I will graduate high school in August. Congratulations, coming up. And I would like to start animation classes with Animation Mentor. How can I get information about what I need to enroll? Great question. That's what Tim and I do. You should definitely speak with us. You could send us messages directly through Facebook, Instagram. You can send, I'm going to be putting up some contact information at the end here. You can email us, you can call us, lots of different ways to get a hold of us, but we should definitely talk and we can help you, figure out an educational plan to get started here.
Cool. What else we got going on? How's the TikTok side going?
I don't know. I'm wondering. I,
Huh.
I see lots of questions coming in over here on this side, but I can't tell if they're from Instagram, TikTok, or both. So I
Yeah, I
bet
mean,
you,
hold on.
I
What's
bet you
this?
Serge is going to help us out and let
Yeah,
us
yeah, and
know
see
who's
which one
what.
is which. I'm curious now to find out. I mean, if what they're on TikTok, it'd be cool if they just hit us with a thumbs up on the comment or the chat, just to see. Cool.
Nice.
Mm,
Cool. Well,
Oh yeah, yeah. Villain. Villain has one. Villain edits. What are some qualities that you provide to your student, uh, to your students that someone who's learning on their own might not be able to access? Huh. Well, the things that we do have available that are sort of like the free things for people that can learn on their own, it boils down to those webinars, right? You can look at the webinars.
yeah,
We've got a free Maya tutorial on the site. We've got certain things that you can access on your own. But what, to Mars' point earlier, you kind of do have to have somebody there, right, to
yeah,
tell you. And having somebody from like a Weta or DreamWorks or Pixar, Disney or whatever there to tell you what's working, what doesn't work, and how to actually fix these things is invaluable. And so doing the free stuff is cool, but at some point you're going to have to take that next level. If you want to work within the industry, you need to work with people that are already in that job that you want to have someday.
yeah. By the way, you got a shout out from Hamza. Hello, Tim. Good to see you today, sir.
Hamza, what's up? I'll see you on campus.
All right.
It's
Cool.
funny. See you on campus like I'm going to pass him in the hall, but it's kind of
Right.
like that.
It's like it's a virtual hall, but you'll
Yeah,
see them. You'll
yeah.
run across them. Well, as Tim mentioned earlier, we are accepting applications for our spring and summer terms.
Yep.
It's a great time to apply because you still have time to take the Maya animation course if you're a beginner. If you are ready to apply, you can go ahead and scan this QR code and get your application in. I just recommend to students, make sure that you do some studying before you apply. Make sure that this is something that you're serious about. Make sure that you've got a good financial plan. You have an understanding of what the tuition is, and things like that. And spend some time on your application too. You don't have to, spend 5 hours, but there's an essay in there that asks, why do you want to become an animator? Tell us your story in there. It says minimum 1 paragraph. I always tell students, if you want to get accepted in here, write a few paragraphs about, who you are and why you want to do this and what inspires you.
We love a good story.
Yep. Cool. Let's see here. I have to end with this comment from Hamza. He says, for anyone who's not registered with Animation Mentor, I'm going to strongly recommend AM because they took me from not knowing anything in Maya to a level which I'm confident with animating. That's great to hear.
I'm dropping the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, Hamza, I'm so proud of you too, man. You've come so far already. I know you're still on your animation journey, but thank you for saying that. And that's the testament of Animation Mentor. Hear it from students. These are students. These are not paid actors. These are students who are currently in the program that are saying these things because they've experienced the community. They've experienced working with our mentors. And they're learning how to animate. At a professional level. So, that's what you really should do if you're, serious about this is, talk to students and graduates because they'll tell you the real story. Any
deal.
parting words, Tim?
Well, I can tell you this: if you haven't watched the movie that's on that wallpaper behind our image, Wild Robot, do yourself a favor, watch it. It's amazing. Watch all the way through, not just for the movie, but the ending credits. And so if you, kind of aspire to be an animator and work on, movies like that, you're going to see there's a lot of our graduates that are in that, right?
Yep.
You'll see mentors in there too, which is cool. So if you're already an AM person, right, or grad, watch that, check the credits at the end. You'll see some names that look familiar to you. I'm at the end of that. I love the movie, and I'm not plugging DreamWorks, but that movie is friggin' amazing. And so definitely check. I mean, look how beautiful that image is that Mars put up there, and the whole movie kind of plays out like that. It's gorgeous.
That's awesome.
That's my parting thought right there. Makes me want to watch it.
I know, right? Wild Dobot. Thanks, Tim.
Love the Dobot.
So, if you haven't already done this, please follow us on your social media platform of choice. We're always posting new content. Most of it's from our students, so that's something that's really cool that we do on our social media channels, is we do post work directly from our students and recent graduates. So make sure you follow us. If we didn't get to your question today, apologies. There's a lot of questions that came in, but we do want to answer those. So make sure you reach out. You can send us messages on Facebook and Instagram. You can also email us at admissions@animationmentor.com. Goes right to me and Tim. You can call us. Our phone number is 877-326-4628.
Get
We do answer the phone. And if we miss your call, we actually listen to the voice messages. We return the call. And even, if you don't leave a message, we still call you back.
We'll even text you. We'll WhatsApp you. All of those things.
All those things.
Yeah. Hey, Joshua, a good space you can recommend to network with other animators? Animation Mentor.
Animation Mentor. It's like a special LinkedIn, just for animators. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. Glad you were here and spent some time with us. If you do have any questions, please reach out. We'd be happy to talk with you, and hopefully we'll see you in a class soon. Okay.
Later, guys.